the first priority for Falcons APBREN?
Falcons APBREN, if of course the Louis is open, no chance that Few is not gonna pick that up. And apart from that, of course, the Roger of Super Marco is a good prio pick. And apart from that, of course, the Ling of Kyle TZ.
We gotta look at the Angela as well. If the Angela is up, both teams can definitely utilize that hero very well.
A lot of good vehicles for the Angela, as I would call it. There goes the Ling, for example. Nolan is an assassin that can actually receive the Angela, but it's not
It's not the
suggested.
best.
Not the best.
Not the best because you go in and out. You
Yeah.
want to stay in that area. For example, go for the Baksha. You have Roger.
Yep.
It's actually a great vehicle.
Which is still up, by the way.
Yep.
So now you're looking for the trade. There's so many hot commodities still left on the draft. This is, I feel like I'm uncomfortable being given this option right now.
Harif being banned up. Inga, do you think this is a good idea coming in from Selangor Giants to deny Super Marco of the Harif?
I mean, in a way it's good, but at the same time, there's still the Roger, there's still the Moskov that Super Marco is really known for using. So, still it's strategic ban, but not the best ban for me.
All right. And now looking at this, looks like both teams are taking their time. So they're using all this time to really figure out the rest of the draft. Falcons APBREN betting out the Louis.
Yep.
There you go. So you're looking for the trade. You're looking for what's left.
Roger
Blue
Ali.
side has been winning, what, 60% overall from the wild card up until now in general.
All right. Now we got a player quote coming in from Gorgeous. The secondary EXP for Selangor Giants. Others have looked down on us. To be this strong as a Malaysian team and to have other teams look at us as a threat, it feels good.
Yep. I'm sure that they're feeling good. Right now, you have to choose Roger or Ling, or maybe
Let them both.
let them both open.
Like ban the
Ban
Moskov.
Terizla, actually, instead.
Oh, yeah.
Although they can pick it up, actually, second pick. So.
And
Ben
that'll,
Moskov?
that'll put Flap TZ in an odd position. He doesn't have the Tracer, doesn't have the
Wow.
Arlot. And there it is.
Hey, great minds think alike.
Yes, sir.
The Zhong is still open.
Yep.
Just
so
saying.
you pick up the Roger, and now, okay, so that's a priority for FCAP. Now it's Ling
Angela?
Moskov. Ling Angela is great. Yeah,
Oh, they left it open.
they left it open. They purposely left it open.
Could this
so
be on purpose?
that
I think it's on purpose.
100% on purpose.
Yeah, there's no way they didn't catch that.
So I would say Ling Angela is top, and then next best thing is maybe Ling and Moskov.
Because it would be kind of a bad idea to let Roger and Ling be in the
Alright,
same
There you go.
team,
That's
right?
Angeling. It's gotta be.
It's got to be
Yep.
Angeling.
What are you feeling and after seeing the first three picks for both teams?
I mean,
Yeah.
Sek is, even without the Angela, is always activated. But with this Angela pick,
It's too good.
too good.
But what I am going to say here is this allows for Falcons APBREN to lean hard on finding solutions. There
agree.
could be
Sure.
worse places, right?
Yeah.
There could be worse positions wherein you get the Angeling and then you don't have any room to pick up
Yep.
the answers.
So you pick up what? Farsa Yuzhong here?
I mean, like, here's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
good news,
Julian, I mean.
good news, bad news. Good news, you got the Angela. Bad
go.
news is that Stormy is not on a hero that can usually carry the game
Oh.
by himself.
Barats instead. This is the early curveball. In a way, it's still pretty much open. The big guy passive's not kicked in yet.
Tiny Dino, big problem.
I love it. Big problems in many ways because you can put it in the XP, put it in the jungle. Roger's still open. Julian's also open.
Oh.
This is FCAP, and the F means flexible.
Triple flex in blue.
Actually, it means Falcon. Just
That's
to,
actually
yeah,
true.
just
Just to
correct you.
clarify,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's Falcon.
Triple flex in blue.
So you get Moskov, right? If you are SRG, so that you're safe in many situations.
Both good targets for the Angela.
Got him. All right.
Moskov being picked up here. I'm really thinking that Selangor Giants should have a very aggressive roamer because I feel like the moment they lose the mid lane,
Yeah.
Sakai's not going to have a good time. So whatever next pickup is going to be, they got to make sure that the jungle is relatively safe.
Yeah. Whew. It's difficult to be in the spot of SRG because you don't know what to ban at this point because all lanes are kind of open. So you
Julian
just
could
have
be
to.
mid.
But Julian can be played.
Yeah, but meaning to say, like, if you ban the mid lane, then maybe the Julian can go mid, right? If you ban...
All right.
Yeah,
okay,
that's what I
okay.
mean, like the
So
triple
you
flex.
force one of the heroes to
Yeah.
be hard locked in one spot. I like how you think, Lafel, and they do by the fair miss for FCAP. There's this argument that you want to ban Lolita against this because SRG plays that so well, but I think Minotaur as well as Tigreal will be as scary because
What about
of
a
how
Grok?
Grok is great. How about the Ruby though? That
Oh yeah, Ruby.
yeah, Yuzhong instead is going to be another vehicle for the Angela.
Yeah.
It's gonna be also very scary. Additionally for SRG, do they double down on the mid bands? What does
If they do, what do they ban? Like Aurora? Or
yeah, a Lilia maybe.
Lilia, yes. Honestly, Lilia is probably a very good ban here.
Yeah.
Because yeah, if the Lilia is there, and then say this Barras goes EXP, and then the EXP is won by the Barras, then it's
Yeah.
just like you have many open doors
Yeah,
for FCAP,
that's right.
and it's just not gonna be a fun time for SRG.
Yep. Oh,
Tigreal.
so
Hey, okay.
interesting.
What about Yums using the Cho? Is this
Yeah,
is this Choable? I mean, the Barats might be
no.
the Barats might be annoying, but you know, should be Choable.
Chowable, yeah. I think Yums is that kind of player where every game is chowable.
You know what? I agree. He's the highlight maker.
Yeah.
So, Leo, looking at drafts here, what are you feeling like?
The triple flex from FCAP is still leaving them with clear options, right? They can, again, react to what comes out. And SRG here reverts to the Edith. No need to bring out the Ruby. I think the Ruby would suck,
I mean,
honestly.
it's a flex.
It still is a flex,
Could
yes.
go Rome, could go EXP.
Could XP, could be Rome. Where this leaves FCAP is to possibly, even after these two picks, leave up one flex row still.
Yeah.
Like, you will still not be sure.
Like in the Kaja for FCAP.
They gotta. I was thinking the Kaja would have popped up this early, but
Yeah.
given that SRG did not ban it, all the more they have a priority.
Yeah.
Are they overloaded enough on CC that they would even, you know, be okay with like a Minotaur or something?
Yeah.
Right? Like that's
Yeah.
that's plenty
Or even a Mathilda to go with the Barretts, right?
to deliver the Barretts.
Yeah, that's right. But there's a world where it's like, yep, there you go.
All right, Minotaur
that's what
Hayabusa.
we
So this is going to be a Ingan, what do you feel like after seeing the full lineup from FALCONS APBREN?
I feel like it's more of a balanced lineup. Again, you have the sustain plus the crowd control. And of course, the flexibility of Kyle TZ to actually dominate with the Hayabusa in the early game. So I'm liking the lineup so far of FALCONS APBREN.
They shut down the flex, right? You all know where they're going, but the whole switcheroo still.
Kind of need a lot of vision here from SRG to, like, because you have the Angela, right? You have the Edith. I don't know if this Edith is going to the Rome or the XP. Probably better at the XP at this point.
If you're looking for vision, that has to be the XP.
How about a Borg for SRG?
The eggs.
They're still checking bushes the old-fashioned way, though.
Yeah, that's true. It's
They're-
the CC.
They're picking
CCI.
up, yeah.
Oh, so greedy SRG.
There's no vision, my dog.
Three farm-dependent cores.
Here's the thing, it's a cram special. With that being said, thank you very much, Ingan, for your services here. Thank you very much to our analysts. And now, I hope our casters, Mirko and Gideon, are ready because we're throwing over to the first game of the Grand Finals.
Thank you, analysts. Thank you, analysts. This is the moment. This is the time for the Grand Finals. This is going to be a best of 7. Let me remind everybody here, the final bosses, the toughest challenge here in the competitive MLBB space, and it's going to be FALCONS APBREN against Selangor Red Giants.
Both these teams, they've had their journeys through hell and back to reach the grand finals. And here it is, a best of 7 to end it once and for all.
I don't know, but it's looking like you're playing against gods, man. When you're thinking of FCAP, you're thinking about soaring high as we jump on into the land of dawn to commence game number 1. Oh boy, FALCONS APBREN on the blue side, Selangor Red Giants on the red.
Straight off into the game we go here. For Selangor Red Giants, they've conquered the Sky Kings in the group stages. Now sitting on their throne, they challenge the gods of the game.
And honestly, if they are going to challenge the gods of the game, this is a particularly interesting way of doing so, right? Again, how we're going to expect to see Selangor Red Giants to attack FALCONS APBREN is winning out on these lanes and maybe setting up some dive opportunities. So FALCONS APBREN, they're great at responding.
And we were talking about earlier, right, in the drafts, about Selangor Red Giants towards the ending of the drafts. They really didn't have any prio, and that's why I think, even though it's greedy, the CC pick is great because it does give him the prio in lane up against FlapTZ, and this is something you want to try to utilize. That's the reason Liquid Echo were able to beat them in the grand finals, having a winning lane, but FalCons wants to change that. Has the shadow kill, the Purify gets put out there, Cram gonna be solo kill up top, assassinated. Skies looking for a play, top of the Blaze with the Retribution, down he comes down, over to FalCons, goes for the Blaze, but Kyle takes him out with the Shurikens.
It's too fast, too quick. Falcons APBREN with the help of Ogwen to speed up FalCon's farm. Hits that level 4 and an awkward timing, and honestly the most critical timing for the EXP laners. With that being said, FlapTZ is going to get a free recall off of this, and Sky slowed down on his farm. Not exactly the most ideal, especially costing 2 kills. That's a lot of gold for Kyle so early on.
Definitely not, man. The fact that FalCons on a Hayabusa has 2 kills, a level lead already, right before the turtle even spawns. You would expect SRG with the CC in lane to have more prio for the turtle, but now that he's been taken down, now that Few can walk up and pop in and then has Chain to knock him up and even zone him away. The missiles too, Cram brought back, no Purify. And Falcons APBREN, they'll be happy just with that trade.
This is really good stuff from the side of Falcons APBREN, right? Stormy is here to kind of help recover Cram's lane, but at the same time, he's leveled down, and FlapTZ as well as Few making sure that he's not going to be able to participate for the upcoming fight, even setting up the proxy.
This is what's great about Falcons APBREN, right? The fact that even when they have prio, they don't rush into neutral objectives. They still take their time, go for the buffs, get FalCons in a more comfortable spot. And now they have the level 4 advantage. Sky's going in, not able to get in there in time. Gentleman's well good, predicted Skulls, stunned up, pinned down on the wall for Kyle to take him out. 3-0 start for the Hayabusa.
Great hit with the Daytona's welcome. They didn't give them a single frame so that he could use the Tempest of Blades. Chain CC perfectly. This is why they are the final boss. It feels unfair. They always play pixel perfect.
Feels very unfair, it seems. But, I mean, we saw in an interview what FlapTZ said literally boils down to, I'm better. We're better on the macro, we're better on the micro, is what he said in the interview.
Every single time that we see these teams play, we're just hoping that something is going to change, right? And I think that SRG, now that they've kind of lost tempo and losing out, and the most important thing, which is their lanes, can they bounce back? But first, the game fact.
This is the bulletproof man himself. Super Marco tops MSC 2024 with the lowest average deaths per game at 0.77, then followed by Few.
I think, to be fair, Few got done a little dirty with his stats only because he's put on a Julian of all things. But hey, still, Bulletproof Marco's still living up to his moniker. At this point in time, let's have a look at the items to see who has got what. And it looks like, oh, interesting. FalCons might be rushing for the Sky Piercer now that he's got quite the substantial lead for himself before finishing off the Hunter Strike.
Taking their time, it seems. I mean, for most of them, especially in the bottom lane, Innocent, he knows that this is not a winning matchup. He wants to just scale up. Doesn't really want to go for a lot of the skirmishes. So he goes for the Warrior Boots here up top. Cram pops in a Purify, has the hard guard to get him now. Sky trying to go for the chase. FalCons goes to the quad shot on the back line as Few is able to disengage. FlapTZ rotates over, providing cover. Flicker forward by Flap. Really trying to get Skies there to punish him. But now that's a big flicker, big ultimate down. 12 seconds for the next neutral objective.
Still, the hard guard's not going to be back up when this turtle fight does commence, right? And at the end of the day, it still feels like FCAP is trading up. They're still taking away camps from Guys, at this point of time, the real question is when exactly do they actually want to commence a full-blown team fight?
No death to this welcome. The missiles does connect onto Cram, who's going to be dealing a lot of damage now with the Curtains call onto Falcons APBREN. 2-level lead on FalCons. Skies hovering over Cram again, doing some damage. Minus Fury by Ogwen. Knock 2 members up straight into the enhanced sight. FalCons secures the Retribution. Now Kyle just jumps back and forth. 2-0 in kills too.
This early game is completely disastrous. Falcons to APBREN, they're going to be able to control this for the next 8 minutes or so. And I think that's Selangor Red Giants. Oh, I mean, they're trying, but at the end of the day, right, they've been slowed down significantly. Look at this.
1v4 in the bottom lane with a hard guard down. Innocent trying to run away, gets chopped down, and he got taken out inside of the belly.
It's too tough. It's too tough. Look at the priority, right? Falcons APBREN pushing up the tempo, and nobody can really win 1v1 anymore, right? Selangor Red Giants now getting punished for their greedy lineup. This is going to cost them and potentially cost them game number 1. But let's have a look at the hero matchups here, because right now, the actual win rate compared to the theoretical win rate, 100% for Skies.
Retribution earlier, FalCons was able to steal away, now jumps into the quad shadow, gets pinned down, but is able still to escape. These little mistakes, but the instant recovery from Falcons APBREN.
I mean, like Leo likes to mention, right? It's a game of inches. And Falcons APBREN,
Millimeters
right now,
at this point.
They're playing with feet, right? They're extending their lead even further. And at this point of time, when we look at the items, I think, you know, at least for FlapTZ, he's playing it safe, right? Go for the Dom Ice. You're already up against the CC. He's not going to greed out and go for the War Axe straight away. But the real concern is that Kyle is already 4-0-1. And not to mention, even few, just poking people out with enhanced size, good enough.
Oh, Shadow Kill, the Sky Piercer execute, takes him out. Even with the hard guard, Stormy couldn't save him. And this is what's special, I would say, about Flap. He knows exactly, wait, up top, bulletproof Marco. Trying to go into 1v1 against the Assassin, and Skies is forced back. FlapTZ! Flickers forward, Nom into the wall, straight onto Super Marco Ogwin. Knocks him up, and he takes the kill with the small hammer he has.
Oh man, Falcons APBREN making this look easy. What a lead that they've generated for themselves. Selangor Red Giants, they have to forfeit every single time Falcons APBREN takes space. You gotta give it away. There's no point fighting this early on, especially when you're 8-0 in total kill score. But not only that, look at that level lead.
That's few. That's the mid lane, who's on an Assassin. He can't even, you know, clear these waves usually. But here in this matchup, he's been able to find so much prio, and that's why you see that damage. Golden Staff, at least for Innocent, we're seeing him get towards item. Power Spike, Cram, gonna dash away, Yomes with the flicker forward, onward, and the Earth Shatter, but Miss Fury catches 4 on the board, knock up 2. Kyle shut down by Cram. Now on the chase, it's FlapTZ running away for his life, but Super Marco on the Lycan form. He was brought back to the team, another Earth Shatter to knock them up for Innocent. To continue, the spear hits.
You know, what am I doing here, right? What am I even doing here? A forfeit, you know, give up space. Yeah, I take it all back. Just play pixel perfect. Kill Kyle TZ while he still has his ult. Don't give him a frame to react.
And they're on the board. The momentum slowly shifting, but if we take a look at the goal lead, Gideon, it's still massively in favor of Falcons APBREN, still flying across the skies, looking down at the Red Giants.
I think at this point, when we're looking at SRG, their main winning factors is can they drag this out long enough so that people like Innocent, people like Sakai can actually catch up to get that critical mass. But unfortunately, it's going to be a little slow, so we're paying attention to Yums and his battle spells. Whenever he has it up, he is looking for an opportunity to lock down Kaltizi like he did previously.
It's all about Yums, so it almost seems like in games before the grand finals, every time he's on to Eden, every time he has a flicker, he'll use it. Just like that now, the kite back up against FlapTZ, who decided not to commit the dead ton as welcome, and we get to take a look at the items here again for the in-game equipment. FlapTZ, like you said, taking the utility route on this game. Dominance Ice straight into the Sky Guardian helmet. He knows exactly what this pick is meant to do. It's meant to frontline for Super Marco, for Kyle, and we're seeing that with the Quad Shadow and the Shadow Kill into the back line right now, doing a lot of damage. Cram needs the photo proc. Kyle's able to escape with a Quad Shadow, dodging away from the Earth Shatter that was well placed by Yums.
This gives a lot of information, right? Kyle TZ, he's already so far ahead. As long as he doesn't die, that's totally okay, right? Yes, he did lose a couple of Sky Piercer stacks, but it doesn't mean that he isn't like level 13, 9 minutes into the game compared to Sky's full 3 levels ahead of the man. It's tough to argue, but at this point in time, we're just hoping and waiting to see whether the Heart Guard is going to get dropped.
Again, these Quad Shadows by Kyle, using it just to poke, slowly but surely. They bit out the curtain call though. Cram, no ultimate. Wait, Kyle TZ on the Lord. Seems like they're trying to just sneak this one in. Selangor Red Giants still focus on their own purple buff. And even then, it's forced out by FlapTZ. Retribution still there for them. Minus Fury into the Debtors. Welcome, canceling out the Minus Fury there. And it's going to be the knock up to Cake Yums down. Now into the back line. Time to Blaze. Knock him up straight into Skies' Blaze. FlapTZ going to be taken down. That's a double for Skies. Looking for a triple as he marches forward. Skies continues the onslaught. Kyle forces the Shadow Kill. Super Marco chases Innocent in the back line right now. Kyle is in a 1v3. No Shadow Kill, but he does have the Quad Shadow. Going back and forth. Super Marco goes in and finds the Lycan Pounce. Skies looking for it. The spear catches him. Skies finds an unofficial Maniac.
Oh my goodness! How did it end up like this? Falcons APBREN, they lost sight of what exactly they were fighting for. They already had the objective that they wanted to. They wanted to extend their lead. They may have shown a bit of disrespect, but Selangor Red Giants made it messy, kind of split them apart. Keep in mind, Falcons APBREN, they don't mind diving, but they still have to maintain that front to back. And if the damage lands on the correct targets, like Innocent, like Cram, who as of right now is catching up real fast with the brute force breastplate. Now, after the early game, he's 1-3-6, but the same goal, if not more, than Flapteezy.
That's some scary stuff right now. The scaling of SRG, the CC, the Ling, the Moskov. It's a very greedy lineup for SRG, but if they're able to somehow find those gold resources and place them onto these three members, it'll be very scary in the late game. Even the CC, he'll be able to actually withstand the 1v1 against Flapteezy. I think maybe he might go for the winner Crown Fu. And then later on in the side lanes, maybe Kyle will have to send over another member, maybe with Few together to really deal with him.
I think they got to start changing their habits up here for the side of Falcons APBREN. Looks like SRG has a bit of a read on them. And at the end of the day, it's all about landing the damage on the correct targets. I think better yet... Oh, hold on. Does he want to go for the info? Yes, he does. He's all 5.
Flask of the Oasis is still there, though, and he will be able to escape with the Quad Shadow. Skies goes in, chasing the back line. Tempest of Blaze knocking him up right into the spear as well. Skies finds the assassination in the back base. Few out. Super Marco with a gun down. Finding the shutdown back, and it will be a trade. Both junglers down, but Innocent wants to continue to pin down Yums. Finds an Earth Shatter. Stormy in the back line going to be taken down by Flap as he stops him on the ground. But take a look at Yums and Innocent, who is still free hitting. Gets caught by the enhanced sight. There's a Flask of the Oasis from Ogwin's motivation roar. But Cram is still able to escape. Few and Ogwin now with Marco on the chase. Flicker forward. The Lycan pounce will not give anything for Cram to deal with him. Innocent
no.
in a 1v3 now with a nature as well. Tells forward. Super Marco buys it with a nature, scratches him down, and finds the double.
He tries to outplay it. That's going to be a full wipeout here. A double kill for Super Marco. What an interesting approach. Selangor Red Giants make a play of their own to take out Kyle, reset his Sky Piercer stacks, but unfortunately, Few is quite a problem. These extended fights are working out much better for Falcons APBREN thanks to the Julian. He doesn't have to wait for a long ultimate. He just needs 8 seconds.
And now Minotaur. Ogwin has the winner crown, Gideon. That's the combo we were waiting for with the Minotaur, especially when they're snowballed. Yums, Earth Shatter R2, but the Minion's Fury knocks them up. Cram gets thrown away. The Spirit of Destruction into the back line. Yums try to survive now, even with the Shadow kill. Skies no purple buff, still desperately going for it. Tempest of Blaze now on the Super Marco. Skies finds the shutdown. Now it's a Kyle! It's Skies who continues the fight. And now onto the Lord he goes. Cram in a 1v3, trying to deal some damage. Stormy tries to heal him from across the wall. Skies finds it. Now with the Finch poise over to Few. He continues the damage with the winner crown. Saves it for a bit. Few trying to chase him down. Sky still surviving. Cram with a cleanup, and Few will be taken down.
Are you not entertained? Game number 1 from an abysmal early game. Somehow SRG are the ones who bounce back. Skies makes a play of a lifetime. And Ling, you can't count him out.
You can never count them out. Sky's in the mid lane now, trying to take the tier 2, and he will be able to do so. He started this game 0-3. He didn't have a purple buff in that team fight.
He didn't, but he does now have 4 items. He's scaled up finally. And honestly, he has more farm than Kyle after having a 4-0 start. And they're cracking open the inhibitors. And I think that SRG, they gotta call it quits at some point.
Kyle with the damage, jumps onward forward. Earth Shadow Flicker combos, guys. Trying to capitalize on this. Has the Tempest of Blaze, dodges away from them. His Fury catches Super Marco, but now gets chain CC'd. So able to survive for a bit. Knocked down by Flapteezy. Shut down by Flap. Stormy caught in the immobilization as Kyle finishes him off. And finally, Falcons APBREN, they find the chance to slow it all down again.
I think it doesn't matter, right? With more people dying at this point in time, we look at the waves and we can understand, unless... No, he wouldn't. What?
Innocent? He tried to Spirit of Destruction. Doesn't get that Few! Deletes him from the Lanadon. Now it's a wipeout for Falcons APBREN.
Why overheat? Why overheat? They could have just reset off of this. The waves were in a position where they couldn't get punished, and now they're definitely going to be losing something off of this. Sky's coming back up in 1 and Stormy in 1 as well. They could try 1v3 once more.
No purple buff though. Again, same problem for him. Does seem like for Yums, he will be able to just pressure them away from that mid turret, but the base turret will be taken down already. Skies barely dodging away, doesn't want to commit the Tempest of Blaze just yet. Buys the Rose Gold Meteor in time, and Falcons APBREN will be happy just with the 2 base turret stick.
I'm telling you, Mirko, this game is starting to look like a war of attrition now. It's like I trade 1 inhibitor, FALCONS APBREN, we're gonna take 2, which begs the question, what is SRG's response? No purple buff once again from both of these assassins, and Kyle in particular, with that purple buff, is gonna be able to do a lot more in these tight situations. 30 more seconds. As we look at the items, we're seeing that the biggest problem at this point of time is the fact that, hey, if we want to get into these fights, Ogun, you gotta have your flicker. Question, can Innocent truly outplay everybody without the help of the Heart Guard?
A game of millimeters, a game of inches. SRG and FALCONS APBREN. So far for both of these teams, they're still able to keep the far lane base turret intact. So they'll still have an advantage to play with, technically. I think FALCONS APBREN with the mid lane constantly pushing in. Now this is a point where Yums onward in the Earth Shatter over to Flapteezy. Just with a little bit of poke from Innocent. No teams wanting to go for it, but my question is, Gideon, is this good for SRG? Do they want the mid lane to actually be pushing towards them so that Innocent, so that Cram, so that even Skies can keep farming up, getting those resources?
I don't know. I think that SRG, they want to fight for this, right? I think they know that once the Lord starts crashing in towards their crystal, it's going to be really difficult to high ground defense. Keep in mind, Stormy is playing Angela. No, Angela is not known to have the greatest wave clear. Oh.
Or Shadow Flicker combo, ulted onward, Flop finds the backline with the Detonas. Welcome now straight into Kyle Teasy. With a shadow kill, used up in the back line, able to back away. Skies chasing them all with the Finch points, running him down now with the Temple of the Blades as well. Kyle able to dodge away from the knockup, but will not be able to dodge away from the rest of the Blades. Meanwhile, it's a knockup and a 2 straight into Cram, who's going ham with the yo-yos. And Skies somehow finds a way to escape, but the base was wide open.
A clean back door coming in from FALCONS APBREN. SRG, they show that they can go toe-to-toe with some of their best, but when it comes down to the macro, when it comes down to that lead, FALCONS APBREN just show, hey, you gotta get on our level. You gotta have some polish, kids.
Composure.
Yeah.